I was sitting in my car on the side of 35 out by Itasca, and I didn't want to live. I just looked out to God. I prayed one last prayer. I said, God, either take me or save me. I don't care. Just make it permanent. I had good jobs. I made around $100,000 a year, had a nice house, swimming pool, hot tub, but I was never satisfied. There was always something missing, and I didn't realize it. I had lost my job, had no contact with my kids. I was just going down a death spiral. After a while, I was just like, who cares? I hadn't eaten in 30 days. I've been sitting in my car for at least 5 days. I was trying to outsmart God, I thought. Boy, did he have another thing for me. So when I prayed that last prayer, he almost was like, finally, I got you where I need you. The next morning, God started taking over. The truck driver had come by twice. He knocked on my window and said, are you all right? And I said, I don't want to live. He goes, here, let me get you some help. I wound up at a Hughley psych ward and got on some medication that I needed. They put me in a taxi after that. Yeah, all the places the taxi could have dropped me off, it dropped me off in front of this cross on this building. I looked up and it said Union Gospel Mission. And it's like, okay, God, I hear you. Let's go. Well, I entered UGM. I had a safe place to lay my head and get some sleep. I could get 3 meals a day, and I just worked my way up, worked the program. When you do the right thing and let God work through you, doors will just keep opening. Just sit back and let God take control. I had to hit rock bottom to be still enough where I could start hearing him. UGM has on Thursday nights Alpha. I was raised a Christian and tried to be, I guess, religious as much as I could, but I had never experienced the Holy Spirit. And one night I had where you could go talk to your leader just one-on-one. I went down to the chapel and talked to him, and he prayed with me, and all of a sudden I felt the Holy Spirit for the first time. I mean, I could just feel it. Peace like I've never had in my life, and it was amazing. When God says he's going to take you, you never know where he's going to take you, but hang on. It's going to come quick. I'd been at UGM for a while, and I guess I've been doing the right thing. Next thing I know, they put my picture on the cover of the magazine UGM has. It was like a week or two later, I was on Facebook. That article had popped up on my daughter's Facebook page. And she said, oh my gosh, that's my dad. So she sent me a message. I think she felt about the same thing I felt when I saw her reply to me. It's like, I can't believe this is happening. We were able to communicate, kind of bury some hatchets. And long story short, I was able to meet her and her husband and my grandson that I didn't even know I had. When we got together, it was like, wow, this is what I've been missing. Okay, everything's going to be all right now. If it wasn't for UGM's magazine, I never would have met my daughter again. So you tell me there's not a God. I was at UGM almost 2 years. The case manager turned me on to an event to get into college, which I never would have thought possible being homeless. I had no money, but they were able to connect me with this program. Then I moved over to Cornerstone so I could go to school full time. I've now been at Cornerstone New Life Center for 5 years. I got my associate's degree from TCC South Campus. I'm close to getting my degree from Texas Wesleyan in psychology and minor religion. And now I'm house manager for both houses, so I'm kind of working part-time. This past July, I actually got married to a girl I've known since high school. She is just a super lady. She's been a nurse for 43 years, but we're just having a blast. You want one or two things when you're homeless. Either everything just given to you, or you just want a chance, and that gives you hope. And when you have that, there's a way out. That's where it started with me, is UGM. They gave me a chance and hope. So you never know when what you think's the worst actually turns out to be the best. It's a miracle what God can do when you get out of the way and just let him work.